Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janabalaba Hiri Vadadhari Pi Janabalaba Hiri Vadadhari Gopi Janabalaba Hiri Vadadhari Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jambuna Tera Manachare Yamuna Tera Vanachagate Jayarandam Madhuva Kundabihati Jayarandam Madhuva Kundabihati Madhava Kundabihati Gopijana Balagapa Irivadotagute Gopijana Balagapa Irivadotagute Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tera Banachate Yamuna Tera Vanachante Jaya Radha Madhava Kundabihati Jaya Radha Madhava Kundabihati Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Acharya Om Sutara Sutashi Shima His Divine Bhaktivedanta Goswami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Anandakoti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Ram Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shidwaita Gadadha Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shai Mukunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Vrindavanam Ki Jai Maturadam Ki Jai Jagannath Swami Ki Jai Munamai Ki Jai Shrimati Lasadevi Ki Jai Samveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Gaur Premananda Hari Hari Bom All glories the assembled devotees, all glories the assembled devotees, all glories the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharni Nivishesha Srinivadi Paschata Dejatarni. So, we are reading today from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 55th chapter, text 16. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Pravashaivam Dadao Vidyam Pratyundaya Mahatmane Mayavati Mahamayam Sava Maya Avinashanim Prabhasyaivam Datau Vidyam Pradyundaya Mahatmane Mayavati Mahamayam Sarvamaya Vinashinim Prabhasyaivam Datau Vidyam Pradyundaya Mahatmane Mayavati Mahamayam Sarvamaya Avinashinim Prabhasyaivam Dadau Vidyam Pradyundaya Mahatmane Mayavati Mahamayam Sarvamaya Vinashinim. Vinashinim. Yam. Vinashinim. 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 Prabhasya speaking, Evam thus, the Tao gave, Vidyam mystic knowledge, Pradyunaya to Pradyuna, Mahatmane the great soul, Mayavati Mahamayam known as Mahamaya, Sarva all, Maya deluding spells, Vinashini which destroys. So translation, Shukadeva Goswami continued speaking thus, Mayavati gave to the great soul Pradyuna The mystic knowledge called Mahamaya, which vanquishes all other deluding spells. So you can repeat, Shukadev Goswami continued. Speaking thus, Mayavati gave to the great soul Prajuna the mystic knowledge called Mahamaya, which vanquishes all other deluding spells. So there's no commentary by the followers of Srila Prabhupada, so I'm going to read Jiva Goswami's commentary. She spoke to incite passion, prabhasha. The cause of her desire to make him act was that he was a great person, Mahatmanai, suitable to kill Shambhara because of his manifested intelligence and strength, even though he was young. Or he was grave, Mahatmanai, not revealing his power, as Sanatana Goswami says. In this way, he spoke with passion to Prajuna, who was very intelligent, same thing. He was capable of learning the knowledge. She had more powers than Shambhara, thus her knowledge was called Mahamaya. It could destroy all the illusions known to Shambhara, or he had unrestricted power, Mahatmane. She was bewildered by Prema, Mayavati. Though he had all knowledge, she gave him knowledge because of her bewilderment in Prema. So I'm going to read the next few verses until we get to killing Shambhara, and then I'm going to speak about this whole story and also about him getting knowledge from her, even though he had that knowledge before, and he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Prajuna. So, anyway, just very quickly, we're going to go over the next few verses. Sacha Shambharama Byecha Samyugaya Samavayat Vishayashtam Akshepai Shipan Sanjanayan Kalim. Prajuna approached Shambhara and called him to battle, hurling intolerable insults at him to foment a conflict. And Jiva Goswami just says, called him loudly, criticized him with abusive words to cause Sanjanayan, a quarrel even to death. Next verse. So, Dikshipto Durvachobi Padahata Ivoraga Nishakrama Gadapanir Amar Shatam Ralochana. Offended by these harsh words, Shambhara became as agitated as a kicked snake. He came out club in hand, his eyes red with rage. And actually, both acharyas say pretty much what the verse says. It's like a snake raising his hood with red eyes emerging from its hole. It came out of his house. Gadama vidya tarasa prajunaya mahatmane prakshipya vyanatanadam vajra nispesha nishturam. Shambhara whirled his club swiftly about and then hurled it at the wise Prajuna, producing a sound as sharp as a thunder crack. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says this Anandam Vyanatat, sounded a sound, is a valid statement in the same way as Vachanam Avochat, he made a statement. And Jiva Goswami says he whirled his club and threw it at Prajuna, who remained composed, Mahatmane. The club made a special sound, Vya Anandan, harsh like the sound word is emitted in the compound of grinding thunder. All roots have included in their meaning the sense of doing. Thus the meaning is like the harshness made by the grinding of thunder, or the word nishpesha can mean a rattling sound. And Sanatana Goswami says, whirling the club, he threw it with strength at Prajuna, who had great forbearance, Mahatmane, who was fearless. The club made a great sound like thunder or greater than lightning. And 20, Tamapat tantim bhagavan prajuno gadayagadam apasha satrave kruda prahinotsva gadam nripa. As Shambhara's club came flying toward him, Lord Prajuna kicked it away with his own. Then, O King, Prajuna angrily threw his club at the enemy. And Jiva Goswami says, Prajuna threw Apasha, his club, at Shambhara. That club made a sound. Nandan, instead of Nandan, sometimes Nripa, O King, is heard. Text 21. Sachamayam samashritya daiteyam maya darshatam mumuche stramayam varsham karshna vaihayaso suraha. Resorting to the black magic of the Daityas taught to him by Maya, Danava, Shambhara suddenly appeared in the sky and released a downpour of weapons upon Krishna's son. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says the same thing. Jiva Goswami says, skipping over part of what he says, then Shambhara took shelter of demoniac power first used by Maya. He took complete shelter, sung Ashwata, by performing acts like disappearing, etc. He went into the sky to escape Prajuna's club. He showered down profusion of iron rocks. When Prajuna turned the shower of trees into ashes, he showered down a host of rocks. Harivamsa, the version Ashtra Mayam instead of Ashma Mayam is acceptable. The word cha means, Sanatana Goswami says, the word cha means but. He used magic revealed by Maya to counter Prajuna's club. Thus it was powerful. He took complete shelter of that magic, even disappearing. Then he appeared in the sky and showered countless rocks. Some Sanskrit. When Prajuna turned the shower of trees into ashes, he showered down a host of rocks. Harivamsa, the shower of rocks, was actually illusory. And then next text, we're almost finished reading the text that I want to speak. Vayamano stravarshena rokmineo maharata Satvat Bikam Mahavidyam Sarvamayo Pamardanim. Harassed by this rain of weapons, Lord Rukmineya, that means Rukmini's son, the greatly powerful warrior made use of the mystic science called Mahamaya, which was created from the mode of goodness and which could defeat all other mystic powers. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Kamadev used sattvika weapons. The verb of the sentence, prayunkte, is found in the next verse. Jiva Goswami says, Prajuna was the best of great warriors. And Sanatana Goswami says basically the same thing. Thus he defeated the shower of rocks using the magic which defeated all illusion. And text 23, Tato Goyaka Gandharva Paisha Choraga Rakshasi Pradyumta Shatashodaicha Karshnir Vyada Mayatsata. The demon then unleashed hundreds of mystic weapons belonging to the Guyakas, Gandharvas, Pisachas, Uragas, and Rakshasas, but Lord Karshni, Pradyumna, struck them all down. The weapons are not feminine in gender, according to Jiva Goswami. However, to indicate the influence of Maya on them, the ending of the compound is feminine. He used these weapons hundreds of times, or he even used other Maya techniques hundreds of times. And also, powerful Shambhara uses powerful Maya, creating lions, tigers, boars, hyenas, bears, monkeys, elephants, clouds, horses, and camels. The weapons were in order of ability to accomplish the task, including violence, from Guha Yak weapons to Rakshasa weapons. Prajuna countered them successfully because he was the son of Krishna. And Sanatana Goswami says a lot of the same thing. Prajuna countered them all successfully because he was the son of Krishna. And this final verse. Nishatam asmi Asim ujam ya so karitam sakundalam shambarasha shirakayat tamrashmash vauja saharat. Drawing his sharp-edged sword, Prajuna forcefully cut off Shambhara's head, complete with red mustache, helmet, and earrings. And Jiva Goswami says, just short commentary, he separated his head from the body, throwing it far away. The red mustache indicates Shambhara's terrifying nature. Because of the quickness of the action and vehemence, Shambhara's helmet and earrings were still in place. So, Omagana Timirandasha Kadanjana Shlakaya Chakshur and Miditam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So, I have several things I wanted to say. Hopefully we get enough time. So, first of all, Prajuna got this Mahamaya this weapons and the strength of Mahamaya, but actually he's also the possessor of Mahamaya. And we find that in many instances in the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we find Krishna or his various incarnations getting certain things from their devotees, even though they're the possessor of those particular things. For example, Krishna got the Sudarshan chakra from Agnidev when he enabled Agnidev to, along with Arjuna, to burn the Khandava forest. Krishna got knowledge from Sandapani Muni. Lord Chaitanya got initiation from his spiritual master, Ishwara Puri. So you see there's many instances, even though the Lord possesses things, he engages his devotees in giving him those particular things, which are his to begin with. So, another important point is that that Pradyumna is showing us, and also Lord Chaitanya is showing us by taking initiation, showing us the example of approaching a superior personality to get knowledge or initiation, a superior personality who is in the proper sendero, that's actually Spanish, proper disciplic succession. So, what I wanted to do today, that's why I went so quickly, is that I have the quote from the Harivamsa about the whole battle. And I'd like to read this. That's because it really gives, all the blows and everything like that, and it's very exciting. So, beginning with the point, with the verse we read today, this is Harivamsa, which is quoted by the Acharyas of bona fide scripture. And this is Pradyumna speaking. Alas, shall I remain here fearing the wicked soul, Danava, who has stolen away the infant son of Keshava, that's himself. How may that sinful wretch become angry? How can I slay him? He wants to make him angry. I should do what excites his anger. With my sharpened spear, I will strike down the wonderful standard with a flying pennon, having the emblem of a lion, that's the flag, of course, which stands like the Mount Sumeru on his gate. If he comes to know of the spoliation of his standard flag, Shambhara will surely come out. I will then kill him in battle and return to Dwarka. Having said this, the large-armed Pradyumna strung his bow, took up arrows, and struck down the jewel of the standard belonging to Shambhara. Hearing of the spoliation of his standard by the high-souled Pradyumna, Shambhara, filled with anger, ordered his sons, saying, O ye great heroes, do you kill Rukmini's son? I do not wish to see him who has done me this wrong. Hearing the words of Shambhara, his sons, and they're mentioned here, so I want to go quickly, well armed and delighted, set out for killing Pradyumna, taking up discus, Tomara's tridents, and here's the weapons, and worked up with anger, they, inviting Pradyumna, went to the battlefield. Thereupon, taking up his bow, the large-armed Pradyumna speedily ascended his car and drove towards the battlefield. Thereupon there took place a dreadful and hair-stirring encounter between Keshava's son and those of Shambhara. In order to witness that battle, the Gandharvas and Chanaras and Uragas, with all the gods headed by their kings, stationed themselves in the sky. And it's described how other celestial beings station themselves. Then the Gandharva, Adyutana, attached to the court of the king of gods, said to Vasudeva, that's said to Pradyumna, the wielder of the thunderbolt, the sons of Shambhara are 100 in number. Oh, actually, he said to Indra, sorry. The sons of Shambhara are 100 in number, and Krishna's son is alone. How can he alone, fighting with many, acquire victory? Indra, the slayer of Bali, this is a different Bali, smilingly said, hear of his prowess. And Indra tells the whole story here. And he says, afterwards, propitiated by his wife, the three-eyed deity, that's Lord Shiva, conveyed upon her a boon, saying, when Vishnu, assuming the semblance of a man, will live in the city of Dwarka, he will take his birth as your son and become your husband. This, your highly powerful and energetic husband, although celebrated in the three worlds as Ananga, limbless, that's Cupid, will take his birth and kill Shambhara for the seventh day after Pradyumna's birth. Shambhara, resorting to illusory powers, will steal him away from Rukmini's lap. Therefore, go to Shambhara's house, and hidden under your illusory body, do you become his wife by Ivati and please him. There, nourish your baby husband. Baby husband. When he will attain to youth, he will kill Shambhara. Afterwards, Ananga, that's Cupid, Pradyumna, will go with you to Dwarka, and he will enjoy with you in the same way as I do with Giriraj. Girija. Girija, of course, is Lord Shiva's wife. That means the daughter of the mountain. Having said this, the king of gods, Hara, Lord Shiva, repaired to the mountain Kailash. Kama's wife, too, having saluted Uma's husband, this Lord Shiva, waited at Shambhara's residence for the termination of the appointed time. O Pratihar, the large-armed Pradyumna will surely kill Shambhara. He has been destined as the destroyer of that wicked Danava. Okay, then continues. This is from Vaishampayana's narration. Thereupon there took place a great hair-stirring encounter between Rukmini's son and those of Shambhara. Afterwards, in anger, the great Daityas began to shower simultaneously on Pradyumna, listing the weapons. Krishna's son, worked up with anger, struck them in the battle, each with 5 arrows shot off his bow. Therefore, the resolute Asuras, exceedingly wroth, angry, set up a network of weapons for killing Pradyumna. Then Ananga, Pradyumna, took up his bow, and he killed the 10 highly powerful sons of Shambhara. In other words, he killed Shambhara's sons. The next moment, filled with anger, the powerful son of Keshava soon cut off Chitrasena's head with a bala. Thereupon the remaining sons of Shambhara, anxious to fight, began to run, taking up and discharging arrows. And for killing Ananga, they all unitedly fought and shot arrows. The highly powerful son of Krishna, on the other hand, cut off all their heads, as if in sport. Having thus slain the 100 sons of Shambhara, he stood in the battlefield desirous of fighting. Hearing the death of his 100 sons, Shambhara was filled with wrath. He asked his charioteer to get his car ready. Receiving the order of the king, the charioteer saluted him, touching the ground with his head, and brought the car there, asked the soldiers to get ready soon. It was drawn by 1,000 bears and tied with the ropes of snake. It was coated with tiger skin, adorned with a network of small bells, and filled with wolves. It had 10 stairs, one after another, all painted with stars and adorned with gold. It had a huge standard with high embellished with flags. There's an elaborate description, which we don't have time to read here. Shambhara, putting on a golden armor and taking up his bow and arrow, set out for battle, accompanied by his soldiers and ministers, with 10,000 elephants, 8,000 horses, 10 lakhs of infantry. Shambhara set out, and described that the cranes and the jackals yelled in hideous ways, portending Shambhara's demise. And vultures were actually sitting on the tops of all the flags, desiring the blood of the Danavas. Oh my God, I have so much more to read. Anyway, there's many, many different signs here. So, overwhelmed with terror caused by that sound, all the beasts flew away. So Shambhara, encircled by thousands of soldiers, struck Pradyumna with thousands of arrows. And Pradyumna, bending his bow, he shot arrows. There were none in the army who was not struck with one. In other words, Pradyumna struck everybody with the arrows. Thus assailed with arrows by Pradyumna, Shambhara's men returned to him in fear. Beholding his men take to their heels, Shambhara, beside himself with anger, ordered his ministers, "At my mandate, do ye proceed and strike my enemy's son. Do not neglect him, but kill him at once." So they obeyed. I'm going to have to skip because there's not much time here. Obeying Shambhara's command, they drove their cars and attacked Pradyumna. Pradyumna, taking up his bow, struck these different demons with a downpour of arrows. He killed charioteers with a crescent-shaped arrow. Anyway, so much here, I don't have much time. Okay, let me skip ahead here. There's killing of all of Shambhara's people. Actually, there's so many pages here. All right, let's get to the final portion here. Oh my God. So Shambhara's death. Okay. I mean, there's so much fighting here. And if the devotees really want to hear this whole narration, they can email me and I'll send them the narration. So this is the final chapter. Shambhara's death. Vaishapayana said, thereupon filled with anger, Shambhara took up his club, O descendant of Bharata. When Shambhara took up his cloud, there rose 12 suns. The mountains trembled and the earth shook. The water of the ocean flowed upwards. The gods were agitated. The sky was filled with vultures. Firebrands fell. Dreadful wind blew, and Indra sent down showers of blood. Beholding all these evil omens, the heroic Prajuna soon got down from his car, and folding his hands, he recollected the beloved consort of Shankara, his beloved consort of Shankara, his beloved consort, and bending his head, began to chant her glories. Prajuna said, and here he's offering, actually, the beloved consort, this is a mistake here, the beloved consort of Lord Shiva, Parvati, and bending his head, he began to chant her glories. Salutations unto Katyayani, the mother of Kartikeya. Salutation again unto Katyayani, the mother of the three worlds. Salutation unto the goddess who hath destroyed our enemies. Salutation unto Gauri, the goddess of Garisha. Salutation unto the goddess who has killed Sumba and pierced the heart of Nishumba. Salutation unto Kala, Ratri, and Kumari. I bow with folded hands unto the goddess who lives in the mountainous forest. I bow unto the great goddess who lives in the Mount Vindhya, who destroys the forts, who is Durga, who is fond of battle, and who is Jai and Vijay. I bow unto the goddess who is unconquerable. So there's some prayers to the goddess, which we have to go quickly skip over. O goddess, do thou always protect me in battle and crown me with success. Thus eulogized by Kama as Prajuna, the goddess was pleased. Pleased at heart, the goddess said to him, O you of large arms, O you, the enhancer of Rukmini's joy, behold me, O son, seeing me does not go fruitless. Pray for a boon, therefore. Hearing the words of the goddess, his hair standing erect, and his mind filled with joy, saluting the goddess, he communicated his object. O goddess, while thou hast been propitiated, do thou confer on one what I desire. O giver of honor, may I vanquish all my enemies. O goddess, may the club produced for my own person, which thou hast given to Shambhara, become a garland of lotuses as soon as it touches my body. Actually, the club produced from her, sorry, there's a mistake here. Hearing it and saying, so be it, the goddess disappeared, and the highly powerful Prajuna, too, with great delight ascended his car. Almost finished. Thereupon, taking up his club and whirling it, the powerful Shambhara threw it on Prajuna's breast. As soon as it approached him, it became a garland of lotuses around Prajuna's neck, because that's the blessing of the goddess, because the club was actually given by the goddess to Shambhara. Beholding the club converted into a garland of lotuses, the gods, Gandharvas, Siddhas, and the great rishis spoke highly of Prajuna in his presence. Thereupon, bending his bow and setting to it the Vaishnava arrow, which Narada had brought, Keshava's son said, O arrow, if I am the son of Rukmini, begotten by Keshava, do thou, on the strength of this truth, kill Shambhara in the battlefield. Saying this, the noble-minded Prajuna, as if to consume the three worlds, drew his bow and shot the arrow at Shambhara. Thereupon that arrow discharged by that Vrishni chief, piercing Shambhara's breast, entered into the earth. By the energy of that Vaishnava arrow, all of his flesh, bones, nerves, skull, and blood were reduced to ashes. Oh my God. This is exciting. In this way, the huge-bodied, sinful Danava, Shambhara being slain, the gods and the Gandharvas were filled with joy. Urvashi, Menaka, Ramba, Vripachiti, Tilotama, these are all, of course, apsaras, and other apsaras, and the entire animate and inanimate creation danced. Praising Prajuna, the king of gods, Indra, with the celestials pleased, began to shower flowers on him. The king of Daityas being slain in battle by Madana, that's Cupid, Prajuna, the son of the slayer of Madhu, the gods were freed from the fear of their enemy, and eulogizing Prajuna, they set out for the celestial region. As a lover goes to his love, so Rukmini's son, fatigued with fighting, went with hasty steps into the city and met his consort. So that's the Harivamsa, which is Vaishampayana's narration of this same pastime. So, any questions? We have 5 more minutes. I mean, just to reiterate what I said before, Prajuna already had, according to the first verse we read, Prajuna already had all these powers, but it appeared that he was getting them from Mayavati. And in the same way, whenever the Lord appears, he follows the standard etiquette, yad yad acharati shreshtas tatat evaituru janaha. As Krishna says in the Gita, that as great persons act, everyone follows. So that's why he takes initiation. And Krishna went to the ashram of Sandabani Muni and got instruction in the 64 arts. Of course, it only took him 64 days. And so many instances in the Lord's pastime. Lord Ram getting weapons from Agastya Muni and also from Visvamitra. And even in the final portion of the fight between Lord Ram and Ravan, we find Agastya Muni appears again because Lord Ram, it appears, is not able to kill Ravan, even though he's able to kill Ravana. And Agastya Muni appears again and gives him this Aditya Hridaya mantra. That means the sun in the heart mantra, and gives him the power. And then he's also given the chariot of Indra, Matali, the chariot driver of Indra. So it appears that the Lord needs the help of all these devotees, but he doesn't actually need the help of all these devotees. In the same way, it appears that Prajuna needed the mantra. Yeah. Well, he's taking service from his devotees. How does Krishna get, we mentioned before, the Sudarshan chakra disc. How does Arjuna get his Gandiva bow? I mean, the Gandiva bow is actually Arjuna's eternal paraphernalia. And because Krishna's giving service to the devotees and also showing by an example how one should approach superior personalities to get, well, sometimes weapons, or to get empowered, in the case of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how we should follow that particular example, as we said before. Yes, Gopal. Yeah. Right, that's actually an interesting point. There appears to be some specific benediction when you're directly killed by Krishna. So, I mean, we'd have to look that up in the Acharya's commentaries. Interesting point. So, any other questions? Yes, Krishna Priya. Yeah, I mentioned Ishwar Puri before in class. And Ramananda Roy, yeah, but Ramananda Roy actually admitted that whatever I'm speaking is being spoken by you through my mouth. You know, he who was hearing is actually the one who was speaking. There's nothing in the Harivamsa about the previous life of Shambhara. So I don't know anything like that. Yes? But no, but they already have the powers. They have the powers, but they just manifest, like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for example. It's always Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani. But in order to set the example, so not that they're going and getting the powers, they have the powers. Yeah, but the code is already on them. So that particular analogy or metaphor, I don't think would be appropriate because that means they go and get the power. No, because Krishna is always Shakti Mam. He's the possessor of all the Shaktis. So sometimes he manifests those Shaktis, and sometimes he doesn't. But it's not that he goes and picks them up and puts them on. So, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Krishna is always the possessor of the Shaktis. Parashya Shakti Vidaya Shrute Svabhavaki Jnana Balakriyacha. Okay, thank you very much. All glories to His divine grace. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada.
Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandar Ako Vidamaniya Vishesha Shobha Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusha Aniya Sakalen Priya Priti Manti Pasyanti Panti Kayanti Jiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Adi Purusham Amaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Amaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Namaham Bhajami
Govindam Adi Purusham. Nam Ham Vishwaram Satchit Ananda Rupam Lasat Kundadam Gokule Rajamanam. Yasodaveo Luka Ladavamana Param Rishtamat Jan Tatodur Jagobya Rabeo Luka Ladavamana Rudantamuhu Netra Yubam Rishantam Karamboj Jaktu Mena Satanganetram Muhu Yubam Rishantam Karamboj Jaktu Mena Satan Ganesham Muhosashakam Patri Regankakanta Titagraivam Dam Modaram Bhakti Padam Iti tricks Walila beer Ananda Kune Wakosham de Majantam Akyapayantam Jari Sita Geshu Makjadita Unak Prema Tastam Shataviti Vande Varam Deva Moksham Na Mokshavatim Vaha Nachanyam Neham Varishada Piha Idam Deva Purnata Gopala Bala Satam Demanyasya Virastam Gimanyay Idam te mukam bojam achantanilai Vritam kuntalai snigda raktaischa gopya Chumbitam bimba ratadam me manasya virastam alam lakshalabai Namo Deva Damodar Ananta Vishnu Prasida Prabhu Dukkha Jalabdi Magnam Kripat Stivristati Jinam Datanu Rahaneshamam Agyam Maid Yakshidasha Yakshidasha Kuverapat Shobada Muchaiva Jadvagat Twayam Mukshi Tau Bhakti Vashakritocha Yadvagat Yamochi Tau Bhakti Vajakritocha Tata Prema Bhaktim Swa Kame Prayagacha Namokshe Grahome Sti Namo Dureya Namaste Sudamne Sporadipchidamne Twadiodarayata Vishwashodamne Namo Radhikaya Chwatiya Priyaya Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam Namam Vishwaram Satchit Anando Dhrupa Latsat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Ananda Rupam Rasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yasoda Beyo Luka Ladavamanda Paramrishta Machanta To Drukchakobya Lokala Davamana Ramrishta Machanta To Gopya Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damadara Dragate Naya Radha Golokanan Radha Golokanan Dragate Naya Radha Golokanana Rana Golokanana Radhe Naya Radhe Jaya Radhe Radhe Jaya Radhe Naya Radhe 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 Naya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Sri Radhe Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahangsa Paravidakacharya Osuteta Sitashi Shimad His Divine Grace Abhaya Chananada Bhaktivedanta Goswami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Anandakoti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shidwaita Gadadha Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radhakrishna Gopi Gopinath Syamakunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Vrindavanam Ki Jai Maturadam Ki Jai Jagadava Swami Ki Jai Yamunamai Ki Jai Srimati Lasi Devi Ki Jai Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Gaur Premananda Hari Go All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pasaya Budale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namani Namaste Saraswati Devi Guru Radhikacharni Nivasesa Srinivadi Paschata Dejacharni. To the Supreme, well, jumping the gun, to the Supreme Controller, who possesses an eternal form of blissful knowledge, whose glistening earrings swing to and fro, who manifested himself in Gokula, who stole the butter that the gopis kept hanging from the rafters of their storerooms, and who then quickly jumped up and ran in retreat in fear of Mother Yashoda, but was ultimately caught. To that Supreme Lord Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances. Upon seeing his mother's whipping stick, he cried and rubbed his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes were fearful, and his breathing quick, and his mother Yashoda bound his belly with ropes. He shivered in fright, whole necklace shook. To the Supreme Lord Sri Damodar, who was bound by his devotee's love, I offer my humble obeisances. Those super excellent pastimes of Lord Krishna's babyhood drown the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of ecstasy. To the devotees who were attracted only to his majestic aspect of Narayan and Vaikuntha, The Lord herein reveals, I am conquered and overwhelmed by pure loving devotion. To the Supreme Lord Damodar, my obeisances hundreds and hundreds of times. O Lord, although you were able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for liberation, nor eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon. My only prayer is that your childhood pastimes may ever appear in my mind. O Lord, I do not even want to know your feature of Paramatma. I simply wish that your childhood pastimes may ever be enacted in my heart. O Lord, the cheeks of your blackest face, which is encircled by locks of curling hair, have become reddened like timber fruit due to Mother Yashoda's kisses. What more can I describe than this? Millions of opulences are of no use to me, but may this vision constantly remain in my mind. O unlimited Vishnu, O Master, O Lord, be pleased upon me. I am drowning in an ocean of sorrow and am almost like a dead man. Please shower the rain of mercy upon me, uplift me, and protect me with your nectarian vision. O Lord Damodar, in your form as a baby, Mother Yashoda bound you to a grinding stone with a rope for tying cows. You then freed the sons of Kuvera, Manigriva, and Nalakuvara, who were cursed to stand as trees, and you gave them the chance to become your devotees. Please bless me in the same way. I have no desire for liberation into your effulgence. O Lord, the entire universe was created by Lord Brahma, who was born from your abdomen, which was bound with a rope by Mother Yashoda. To this rope I offer my humble obeisances. I offer my obeisances to your most beloved Shrimati Radharani and to your unlimited pastimes. Lord Damodar ki jai. Thank you.
Pratipanam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrapita Niyamita Smarane Nakala Etadrishita Vakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midrishami Hajjani Nanuraga Trinada Pisu Nichena Charora Pisu Hishuna Amani Namana Dena Kirtaniya Sadahari Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim Kavitam Vajagadisha Kamaye Mama Janmani Janmani Ishvare Bhavatad Bhaktir Ahoitaki Twai Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddha Kribayata Vapada Pankaja Stita Duli Sadrashim Vachintaya Nainam Gadashu Daraya Varanam Gad Gadaradaya Gira